Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Big Arm Challenge here at Vista del Camino Park. It's the big boy layout. Tommy Guns and his son are calling it. Anthony and Barela right now our leader, but it's a close battle. Aaron Gossage on the card along with Kyle Krieckhaus. Been very impressive, and of course Connor Rock doing his thing. Back nine, very difficult, but the guy to help us navigate it is, again, Parker Welck. Parker's in the process of shredding the front nine himself out here, but now we're going to watch what the lead card can do, and we're going to keep an eye on you. Are you going to creep in?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Here we are, hole 10, 1,025 feet. This is the only par 5 on the course. There is an OB line very tight on the left, and of course there's OB on the right as always. You're going to see a lot of people trying to get this eagle because it's definitely gettable. A lot of rollers, a lot of big backhands. We'll see how they play it. Connor electing to throw it over the moon.
Wow, and it's going to stay safe. But you got to start thinking about that far right side, and you can bring out of bounds into play real quick.
They brought that out of bounds line probably 6 feet off the wall, just enough for rollers to hit it and to stay out of bounds. So they knew what they were doing when they put that line up.
I also found out after 20 years of coming here, as we're watching a huge roller from Kyle, that apparently the property lines off the back of these apartments is about another 10 feet. So if you're up against the wall, you're technically on the property of the adjacent, condos and apartments there.
Interesting factoid.
So that's part of the reason why there is an OB that's brought off the back wall. And I'm going to send a shout out. My buddies over at First Light, Dan and Robin, have me staying about 100 feet right of where Aaron Gossage is right now. That's where I'm set up with the Airbnb, which is quite convenient for the weekend. Thank you to Dan and Robin, and big roller from Gossage.
He did not do that round one. He went with the air shot. I wonder how far he's going to get with the roller. Wow. If he's past that last tree, that is perfect.
AB's got, oh no. We saw that back on hole number 4 where it looked like just a low release straight into the ground. He stays out of trouble with it, but definitely not setting himself up for the eagle look, and Connor's finding more trees. Kyle's opting to just go up and over everything.
Yeah, sometimes it puts you in some tricky spots. It did look like he had a lane to go right at the basket. Maybe he's just trying to stay in bounds, get the easy birdie.
Yeah, play for the 4. We know that this played as the easiest hole on the course during round number 1.
Honestly, he's going to have a putt. That's still pretty good. He didn't seem too happy with it, but... Are you kidding me? Was that his tee shot? No, that was a second shot.
That was
Goodness gracious, dude. I was about to walk out of the studio.
That wouldn't surprise you, but yeah, that was actually his third there. We saw a star frame. Everybody birdied it in round number 1. And light on the approach. That's still back by the tree. That's going to put him at least at circle's edge. Easiest hole on the course, especially with the arm of Barela. He had to work for it, though.
Solid hit. Really was.
Maybe 7 under through 10.
Oh, Gossage. That was for eagle, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a look that he could have certainly used, considering that he's fallen this far back. feel like that's the fourth one we've seen him miss from inside the circle. Kyle kind of quietly sneaking into solo second there with the birdie, just 2 off of Barela. And we head to hole number 11.
425 feet, and man, this is a tough hole. You have to land in a sliver of fairway. Water OB, of course. Over the sidewalk OB, of course. So you're going to see a lot of people kind of just throwing spike hyzers, lay up short, and then pitch up to the basket, take your par. I don't think that has any chance. A little misfire there for Connor. I think he might have been going for the pin there as well, so he's getting very aggressive. I think that's about the most common play. As long as it gets left.
Keep on rolling.
Wow.
No, not enough.
It really tried to come back in.
And he's going to have to play it from way back. That actually didn't find any other place up there in bounds, so he's going to have to play it from quite a ways back. And AB has the touch, just like he did in round 1.
Gossage finds the fairway as well. Wow, this is much further back than I thought. This is literally like 100 feet off the tee.
Yeah, so all of the danger pretty much still in play here. And that's tentative. That's short and leaving him with a long look.
And a tree right in the way, too.
Exactly. If you're looking for a par, that's pretty much textbook. And I guess everybody's looking for a par here.
Pretty much, yeah.
This hole, kind of like hole number 5, like you step up, you're never going to be mad if you walk away with a 3 on either of those holes. Just a matter of not imploding or having some other disastrous situation. And Kyle with a miss there. Looks like that's going to be a double bogey. Do you even want to guess what the highest number was on this particular hole?
I think I might know it. I think I watched it in person.
Uh-oh.
But you can tell me.
I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'm going to guess it has to be around double digits.
I think it was a 9, but I could be wrong.
No, I could see that being the case. It's one of those tin cup scenarios.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 9 is the winning number, or not so winning number. Brighter thoughts as we head over to the 12th.
Yeah, now you can let out all your frustration on not being able to go for the last hole, so you get to throw it as hard as you can on this hole. 609 feet. If you're throwing a hyzer, you could just throw it as hard as you want. Just land in the fairway and pitch up to the basket. As long as you're staying balanced, it should be a pretty easy birdie.
And this went from being one of the easiest holes on the course, in fact, I think the single easiest, all the way to the middle of the pack. Is there any... You make any logic of that?
It had to have been the wind. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any wind right now, but maybe there was a little earlier, and just a small headwind can just absolutely ruin this hole.
Yeah, it went from playing point 0.32 under par to just 0.2 under par. So certainly different factors out here on Championship Sunday. Also considerably warmer than what we saw during the previous day. Remember, everyone was layering up at this point during round number 1. And today it feels like just the sun's a little bit brighter, and I think the temps are a little bit warmer.
And Connor just threw a insanely far shot.
Yeah, not to be overlooked. Exactly, overlooked.
He went around all of the trees, which is very rare to see. And I like this play. Just the really high hyzer over the trees, land way out to the left. And he should just have a wide open shot to the basket from there. And of course, the further left you get off the tee, the more of a backstop you have at the basket. Is that short, Terry?
It is, and I was just thinking, like, I was thinking more so about the battle that we're seeing, what feels like podium spots, but there's no lead that's safe on this course. And we saw the difference between you and Anthony. I think you guys had a 4-stroke swing in the last 3 holes during round number 1. In that case, that was in your favor. But there's no resting whatsoever when you're out here playing this course.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle or Connor think they're out of it at all. Only 4 strokes back.
Some left side chain, but Gossage gets that one to connect.
He left this one short in round 1 as well. Maybe he's just going for that.
Plenty of danger here for AB. I know it's not too far, but any miss is almost a guaranteed OB penalty.
Squeaks it in left side. Go hug that basket.
And with that on coverage, we went 8 for 8. We saw 4 birdies in round 1, 4 birdies in round 2 here on hole number 12. We head to the iconic and beautiful hole 13.
Yeah, 362 feet. They saw this hole and they were like, hey, this is too pretty and easy. Let's make it as physically hard as we possibly can on these guys. So they moved the basket about 200 feet left on the smallest part of the peninsula. You're going to see a lot of spike hyzers trying to get it over a big tree and land hopefully near the basket. If you do go OB long, you do have a tap-in par. So you just got to make sure you do not land short in the water. Otherwise, you go to the drop zone.
Oh, no. No.
What? We saw that in round 1. He hit the same tree and it put him right next to the basket. Go write your name.
He says so bad. Well, it so worked. Bad or not.
If I'm going to guess, I'm going to say AB's the closest to the pen here after saying it was so bad. Oh, I just ate my words, I think. But maybe not. We'll see.
Pretty close. Another good shot that this time comes from Gossage.
There's a smart play.
Parking the traditional pin.
Yeah, wrong basket, Connor. No, I'm joking. I know it's a layup. He's just taking his par here.
Just to find the pinpoint power, and that's exactly
So
what that is.
Good.
It's incredible.
Those 4 shots collectively were really, really good. Probably the best we're going to see the entire day. Takes advantage of the tree. That's not cool, Anthony. he just puts him on the pole.
Kyle didn't hear this, but I think it was right around this time Gossage maybe said to Connor Rock, or maybe on the next, he's like, this kid won't go away. Like he's right there, and that's nothing but a compliment. I mean, the kid's getting the work done.
And he's not 1,000 rated?
I think he's 996 as of this moment.
He's got game.
He certainly does.
Next update, he'll be 1,000, that's for sure.
Yeah, 996. He's going to be playing some golf in Colorado, and maybe he might be a real pain to Aaron Gossage.
He's
in his
never
home
going to
state.
go away now.
Yeah, he's going to have to deal with them as we head to the 14th.
508 feet, but it was definitely playing a lot harder today than yesterday, just because of the wind. We had kind of like, it was swirling a little bit, but mostly right to left, which is going to push your disc, if you're throwing backhand, straight left. So you see a lot of forehands probably to fight the wind, to just stay in bounds and, you know, pitch it up there to hopefully get your birdie.
And speaking of which, I know we were just talking about Kyle. He's had 2 double bogeys and only 1 par. The rest have been birdies.
Wow.
So he's been allergic to par since hole number 1.
Yeah.
As we're heading into the 14th hole. I was just thinking if someone was like literally somehow allergic to par, and what kind of life you would live. Like, just knowing you always are birdieing or bogeying.
Oh, Goss is flirting with the OB long.
That one's going to be safe, though. Allergic to par. Oh, man.
That looks fantastic. If it gets back left, it's going to be great.
Gets hung up just a little bit at the end, it looks like. Still a big drive, putting him in easy position to get up and down. And Connor takes, as usual, a different route than everyone else.
Yeah. Solid. I think if you're just in the center out there, it's just like a routine toss-up towards the basket, and hopefully you hit your putt.
That's how easy AB's disc can blend in with the ground here. I told him that one's also incredibly difficult to follow in the sky during these months. That's going to be a tap-in birdie coming for Barela, trying to get to 21 under. This is on the softer side of par 4s, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's normally a par 3 during like the Memorial, but we did move the tee pad like 60 feet, 70 feet to the left of where it normally is. Just a jump putt from where he was.
Gossage also will just have a jumper.
Solid.
It's interesting to know that as hard as Connor throws and as far as he throws, that when he gets to the putting green, he just has a more gentle touch.
Yeah, it's
when it comes to that throw,
complete
right?
Night and day. He has like such a pitchy, soft putt, but he's so aggressive on the tee shots. And hole 15. 753 feet of pure chaos. You got a couple options here. You can lay up short to the left and then try and throw it all the way to the green, or you could play it all the way around here to the right and then kind of throw a 200-foot shot towards the basket. But I think we'll see all the guys trying to get over there in 2. Oh.
Well, that's big distance, but it's... Oh, no. It had a chance
That
to come
was
back, but
so
it stays
close.
OB.
That would have been the furthest drive of all time on that hole. That's insane.
Gossage going roller.
What? I guess he did land a little short round 1 with the air shot, so he might have needed a little extra distance, and that looks pretty perfect to me. And this is the play I like. More normal play. Just throw something overstable out here to the left and then go across. Pretty solid drive by Kyle.
I see him check up just short of the OB sidewalk.
Looks like Connor will do the same.
Off in the distance, you see the postage stamp green way up there. And we found a green that's maybe too far away for even Anthony Barela to attack. And he needs it to check up, and it does. He's certainly flirting with the left side out of bounds over there. And I'm pointing out just the position in which Connor has to run this up to. You see that he's 420 to the pin. And he took a little extra time. This is goofy footing for him. It was right at the edge of an indent or a hole.
Wow. Wow, what a shot. He got some soft dirt there to help him stick. Great shot by Connor.
Just about the same distance that Kyle has here as well.
Yeah, but it's going to put a lot of pressure on Kyle now, knowing Connor's right there. Hopefully to get a putt for birdie.
It looks wide.
Oh, just short. So now what's going to happen, he's basically going to have to rethrow. He elects to move up that 20, 30 feet, whatever it is. But it does make a big difference.
This looks like a carbon copy.
Solid.
No lucky tree filtering for
No.
Gossage, if you remember back in route number 1, where he kind of magically went right through the trees.
Wow. Almost throwing it in. That would have been a nice way to par.
Yeah, to save it. Connor with the birdie luck. Oh, and what could have been potentially a two-stroke swing between him and AB.
Man, the putting struggles are continuing here for Gossage.
Yeah, I hate to keep count, but I think that's 5 of them inside the circle that have slipped past him.
I think if he would have made those, he would be, tied with AB.
As we're watching AB pick up the bogey, goes to 20 under. And just a few holes left to play and plenty of danger. After such a big drive, that's going to be a disappointing par coming from Gossage. And Kyle's going to give one back to the course there, as he's going to move to 16. Just 3 left to play, unless we have overtime, but hole 16, 804 feet.
Yeah, and it feels like it's way further than 804 feet because you're throwing 2 shots that are both going to be on hyzer. So just one angle shots, up, down. You really don't want to mess with any of the out of bounds here. It is such a thin fairway the entire way. There's only really one tree to deal with. You just go around it. And hopefully up there in 2, but it's difficult to get there.
You were the only player to get the birdie in round number 1.
Leaking left. That is a perfect position, in my opinion. That left side opens it up so much. You can kind of, the further left you go, the easier the hole it is. Connor also throwing a picture-perfect drive. Oh, that's might be a tricky spot if the trees are in the way there. He might have not got left enough. This could be some stroke swing here.
This is pulled right. Let's see if it has enough to finish. Oh, skipping off the path or a rock and then coming back inbound. So Kyle is safe. Up until this point, there's been 5 birdies from the MPO division as this card leads into the playing it for their final time. That just didn't have any hookup at all. Kyle's dad, Eric, was a little bit surprised by it as well. Just
I love it.
Complete trust, right?
I love it. That's everything you need right there. Great shot. It is so hard to throw something that hard out of bounds and hope it doesn't like flip over. And he did a great job trusting his disc there. And Connor's just laying up, looks like. Whoa. Yeah, those are some thin trees right there.
And that would have been so frustrating to basically be playing for the par, to hit that and then have it actually roll out of bounds. But he's safe.
And this is, he was pinched off, so this is a
Yep.
crazy angle he has to throw. Kind of just a layup. I don't think he's going to run that putt. But he may. He is Anthony Barela.
AB sitting 9 under for the round so far. So it may be deceptive, but yes, he's trying to throw over this basket. Like I said, there's 3 baskets that technically are in this fairway as they're playing to the long one.
Playing it smart, laying up. Only a couple holes left.
There it is. Gossage
Goss.
just need to get further from the basket.
Yeah, that looked confident. He started walking it in when it was like almost to the basket.
Farther. Yeah, it's farther from the basket. I'll correct myself on that one so the internet doesn't have to yell at me. I'm going to use proper English, which I guess makes sense. I talk for a living. That's not to say I get it all right, that's for sure. Just 2 holes left to go. And this is going to be one of the last times we see Vista overall in some of these configurations. We know that the Memorial is going to be just a month away. We're going to see after that, this course is going to get a little bit torn up. I'm not sure here on the south side if it will be affected or impacted as much, but I know it's pretty exciting to see, and we've got a lot of history out here at this park. And hole 17 is, well, far from easy.
Yeah, I mean, they're throwing it basically as hard as they can on hyzer out there and hoping and praying it'll come back all the way in. It doesn't seem like there's any wind. It really seems calm for these guys right now. Any sort of headwind, this hole is a nightmare.
Even closer.
Okay, and this is a hole Anthony struggles with.
You said that in round 1. This has almost been like a nemesis hole for him.
It's been like 3 rounds in a row. He's thrown it straight out of bounds. No, he didn't. Okay.
Is it hold enough? Yeah.
Solid. Good correction there. I would have hated to see him throw it out of bounds again there.
Yeah, really at this point, he's just trying to avoid disaster because a 2-stroke swing here and or a 2-stroke swing on the next hole, 100% possible. So just trying to maybe even play almost defensive. You would think that will be enough to get it done, but look at those 3 other drives on this card. AB's going to be out, and he's barely at circle's edge.
Door's open.
Yeah, you got to feel like that almost would have iced it indefinitely,
Yeah.
right? Like that for sure locks this down in AB's favor. Now a couple birdie opportunities remain. Another one for Gossage. Connor for solo possession of second. He gets it.
It is not over yet, folks.
Not at all. Connor goes to 17.
I think if Connor misses that putt, it's over. I think there's a chance here.
Light research also tells me I don't believe Kyle is sponsored by anyone. He's open to the idea. And what a incredible performance that we're seeing here this weekend.
Yeah, consider me impressed, Kyle. Very good job out here this week.
And potentially just one hole left to go in a beautiful Sunday afternoon overlooking the Shelly Sharpe course. Connor needs to apply some pressure.
That gets over the tree. That's some work to do. But he's in bounds. And he's not super far from the basket. Oh!
Look at the carry after hitting the pole.
A full flex after hitting.
And it stays in bounds.
Let's go.
He's going to have 500 or so to the pin, but he's in bounds.
Gossage hoping for a miracle here.
You saw it just roll past where Connor landed, and he's got an additional 100 feet or so, maybe 150
is
feet.
One of the best drives ever.
Wide open.
Easily one of the best drives I've ever seen on that hole.
More dogs razzing Barela. What's going on out here?
Similar spot behind some trees.
530 to the pin. Oh, but it avoids the river. What a bounce. Again, that sidewalk plays as a river, so if you're completely surrounded by it, you're out of bounds. Barela trying to close it out. Is that the same tree as round one?
Must have been.
Yeah, hung up, but safe.
Oh, Connor.
Yeah, trying to go with the low line drive.
Man.
Good forward progress.
Looked like he for sure slipped, though.
Yeah.
All right, Gossage, let's see you throwing. All right.
Falls down, and he's going to probably have a chance. Yeah, Connor, at best, looking to get up and down for par. So Gossage's putt will have a chance to get to 17. Kyle is also way back, so Kyle's looking just to get up and down and stay at 16.
That would have been so much fun to watch.
I tried.
And speaking of fun, Parker, thank you for joining. AB's already in layup mode there. Thank you for joining. Doesn't look like you were quite able to defend the title, but good friend of yours looking to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, any one of the three guys, Gossage or AB, I'm always happy to see those guys win. I tried my best. I think I shot course record final round under a technicality. It is a slightly different course, but AB still has, everyone's going to say the course record for 16.
You shot a 12?
Yep.
Yeah, so AB had an 11 first round. You shot the hot round of the weekend at 12 under. Gossage closes out with the par. He's going to be at 16, tied with Kyle. And Connor Rock is in, and here you have it, your champion.
Your 2024 Big Arm MPO champion, Anthony Barela.
Let's go, baby. Big boy. Big Yeah, let's go. Yeah. That's our boy. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You're welcome, brother. God bless and congratulations.
A lot of hardware this year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it so much. Yes, sir. I'll hit it at the other one.
It's recording already. You ready?
You want a step stool, Terry?
Shut up. You good? All right. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. Joined by our champion, AB, Anthony Barela. AB, it's been a couple years. You took this down in 2022, but talk more about what this year has meant to you in your career here in 2024.
Capping off with a W here, making it 5 wins on the season, 4 of those being Pro Tours. But this week I prepped for it like it was a Pro Tour event. I really wanted to win this tournament, and all the preparation was the same. I worked really hard and put together 2 pretty solid rounds and ended up taking it down. And it's just so cool to be surrounded by all the local Arizona community and seeing all the AB jerseys and how much love they put, and like the T signs and stuff putting me up everywhere. It's just so awesome, that feeling, just to have that support system.
I want to talk about maybe even the pressure, though. You're literally on jerseys that are handed out before the tournament. Yeah. Does that put more pressure on you to perform?
A little bit, but I don't know. I like the way the pressure makes me feel. I turn into excitement. So yeah, it is what it is. So.
Memorable shot or moment from this weekend over the last 2 days. This is the longest we see Vista get played. What jumps out at you, good or bad, in terms of this weekend? What's a shot I could be showing them right now?
First play of the tournament, the 60-footer with the water behind it. I just kind of fluffed it up there right after Parker drilled one. And I was like, all right, this is how it's going to start, then let's get it going. So played pretty flawless first 15 holes of that first round. It was me and Gossage were putting up some good disc golf, and then this last round was a little shaky, but it ended up panning out in my favor. So
yeah, it was pretty good looking golf again today. Yeah. You cruised into the victory. Anything you want to say to everybody as we close out?
Shout out my sponsors, Discraft, Grip, Ledgestone, Pastry Dyes. Shout out my girlfriend for coming out and walking. My parents and my cousins, they always come out here. They all play the tournament too, so it's just, and the guys who ran it, Tommy, TG3, they're family to us, so just super appreciative of what they do. And then my grandpa made this trophy, so it's good to have my name on it again, 3-time.
That's right where it belongs. Everyone, we call him Mr. Arizona. He's got lots of nicknames, but he owns the trophy. Big Arm Challenge champion, that's Anthony Barela. We'll see you at the next one.
Sweet.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir. Thanks, Terry. Appreciate you.
Oh, I need to. One final time. There's your standings. Parker, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You're the backbone of the disc golf community. Love having you out here. Love everything that you do, Terry.
Everyone, that's the Big Arm Challenge. Thanks again to Parker, Welck, and the rest of the crew. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.